Welcome back to an episode of We Look right next to the water. And there's also Yonas the Hermit, which gave us a very interesting few missions about it. And for some reason, yeah, we can travel all over the place, right? But how much? Wait, since when do I have 214 Azoth all of a sudden? Does this stuff regenerate? Derived from corrupted breaches and quests. Yeah, that's weird. I definitely had a little bit more than that, but I actually thought it was like below 200 at the moment. Anyway, what I want to try to do is try to quick travel to the Hermit Shrine. Like, you can click on this, open this thing, and then you can click on this, nothing happens. You can click on this, nothing happens. Like, for some reason, you cannot fast travel to the Hermit Shrine for some reason. Also, this one doesn't work. Pretty weird. What about towns, though? There's this option, and then this one doesn't work. Huh. Yeah, somehow the travel function only works when you are on those shrines. Very weird. So, let's talk to Yonas, though, because I actually want to continue the mission about the corruption. And with a bit of luck, we get one of those Azoth stuff that gets us more of this, so we can teleport around.
Why bother? My words are wasted like bait lost from the hook. No one listens to the mad wanderer. But corruption was coming, is coming, will come. No soul wardens this time.
Alright, now what happened to them?
The fish don't know, so neither do I. Nor do I want to, nor should you. Unless you like stories of suffering and lost causes. Of course, you've got that lost cause kind of face. We'll have none of that here.
Okay, where can I learn more?
Anywhere, everywhere. The world's filled with lessons for the fools who seek them. The Soul Wardens were like that too. Try Octorus Tower then. I seem to remember losing a cause myself there at some point.
Alright, accept the quest. Visit the ancient tower of Arcturus to learn more. Question, where is that bloody tower of Arcturus? Oh. Tenacious Rose? Is that? No, that's not it. And the Lost Cause. Where is this? Lost Cause? Maybe. Nah. Maybe that one? Fishing with shields? No. Oh. God, the Lost Cause. Why is that one level 9? That seems like so not very far away. Okay. Let's see. Can I... Okay. Holding it down or doing other stuff to it doesn't really work. A Lost Cause. But it also seems that main missions, at least for the characters up here, are displayed on the map. So everything main mission related here, so you can just go there and accept it, is displayed on the world map, which is quite nice actually, because otherwise you would have no idea where the missions are, and you would just wander around, well, not really aimlessly, but not very targeted at least, because yeah, the main missions are important in this game, thank goodness. Now, there was still another question mark thingy out here. I can't really see it, but it's like to my right. So if I just go across the water, I may trigger another environment. Oh, level 18, that's a bit much. There we go. Willard's Homestead, that might be it. Now I triggered it. Hopefully. Is that it? Yes. Now it is displayed here. I can go there a second time. The Uncharted area just is displayed as Uncharted area, so that's that. Alright. I could try to just follow the road all the way up here to continue that. Travel to Arcturus Tower to find some records of the Soul Wardens. Were they real, and did Yonas have some connection to them? That's that. What about this city here? Remind Innkeeper Biden in Monarch's Beloved of the dead heroes Innkeeper Fairfax. Retrieve the abandoned heirlooms from Dayspring Mills. Reduce the number of harvest bane with it in Dayspring Mills and recover the stored gunpowder. For some reason, this sounds like a side mission. Yeah, it is a side mission, but it is... Oh, look at how the icons are moved outwards from the center of it. See that? They're not fixed to their position. They're getting pushed outside if you move in a little bit. So, righty. Infested grove. All of this Azoth has to be harvested. Okay, now then. Now the question is, do I really want to do this mission now? Because it kind of feels as if I'm now going all over the place, right? And I kind of want to focus on at least one area. And want to continue from there. But this main mission kind of stuff... Let's see. Okay, let me just Google something real quick so that I know when I can get an Azoth staff. Azoth... not stab. Staff. How to obtain and upgrade it. Okay, so where do I get this thing? Fortunately, obtaining Azoth staff is fairly straightforward. Progression, yes. Prerequisites before we cover the quest. How to obtain it. First component, a living seed. Forge your Azoth staff, sure. The Forge your Azoth staff quest. It's tied to the main mission. 8 quests might look. Half of them are about talking to NPCs. Wait a minute. Nature's Argent Ether. Nope. It starts with the first component. So when will I be able to do that? That is weird. Oh, there we go. By talking to Yonas Alazar, the fisherman, he'll reveal that there's part of the Azoth stuff and you can find it at Trader Hall. Okay. That is interesting. Adiana's Fountain. And this one right now is called A Lost Cause. Nope, that is definitely not part of it. Not yet, at least. It seems as if I have to continue with the main mission even further in order to get this Azoth stuff. And once I have that one, I can gather a decent amount of this Azoth so I can teleport around. Because this really is the way to go. Like, literally, it is. You cannot walk around the map all the time. I mean, that's ridiculous. Yeah, look at this. Oh, wait. Yeah, now I can fast travel because I'm on fast travel thingy here. I can open the map. Can I use the map now and teleport? Yes. So I have to be close to one of those teleportation shrines and then I can use the fast travel one. Or I can be inside a settlement and teleport outwards towards one of those teleportation shrines again. So it goes both ways, really. Alright. So now what am I gonna do? Do I really want to teleport there? The answer is yeah. Huh, Everfall City doesn't... Okay. Okay, so I can teleport to the Hermit's Shrine because it was there. I can teleport to Archer's Gate because it was there. I can teleport towards not the settlement because I was not there yet. So... walking it is. Well, actually, it's not really walking, is it? I could try to get at least to Archer's Gate or something. What about the fort may not work. But this is still the closest, somehow. Let's just get rid of this marker here. But to be honest, it's so far away, I can just walk there. That's the thing. I can walk there. And I also have to look at the shed. The problem is I have most of my items in in first light. So let's just go east. This is west, east. There we go. Yeah, as I said, let's just go east and try to get as close as we can towards the settlement. Or the other way would be, like, I'm still kind of thinking of what kind of mission I could try to do, because this Yonas fella, right? It's kind of very, it seems at least very difficult to get there. Oh, wait a minute. I think I got a nice idea. I can play with the life and the, there we go, with the frost gauntlet thing and the fire stuff a little bit. See what I can do. So I can charge it. I can, yeah, it works the same. And we have some kind of a shield mode there too. Pretty neat. Harpless Homestead. I was there before. The level might be a bit higher, right? Something was here. What about their levels? 18. Whoa. Bruh. Again, one of those, like, throwing kind of people. So. Come on. Just. Maybe they are locked to the corrupted place. Maybe not. It's kind of annoying trying to aim at an enemy that's only at the ground level. Alright. Ooh, crit. Yes, yes. So, does a crit only happen like from time to time, or can I at least aim at their heads a little bit? Aiming at their heads doesn't quite do the job. But Ice Gauntlet Mastery went up dramatically. I just need to defeat one more enemy, and then that's pretty much it, I would say. That is pretty much it. Still kind of wondering what is going on with my other hand, because you only have a gauntlet on, right? And then everything else doesn't seem to work. Why is this bison going all over the place except for straight at me? Like, why is this one fearing me so much? Okay, there seems to be some kind of a maximum distance. Okay, this bison is a bit iffy. That means we're going to fight this creature again, one of those impalers. Let's see what we can do with this one. For the simple reason of having it easier to evade, you should not use heavy attacks at all. Oh, I'm out of mana. Since when does that happen? Like, it's just normal attacks, right? And I can be out of mana. That is so weird. This does not happen with the life stuff at all. Strange. Oh, there's also a little bit of an ice particle at their hand. Pretty neat. So, I got myself the first mastery on this gauntlet, so let's see what we can do. Cold Reach. Increased damage of light and heavy attacks by 15% for targets further than 50 meters away. So yeah, this was the sniper thing, wasn't it? Gain mana whenever you critically hit the target. But I need to crit hit at least. Creates a trail of spikes that start from the player and so on and so forth. The final spike is Mighty Spike that deals damage. Okay. Pressing light attack before the path fully forms will spawn the Mighty Spike further earlier. This one creates a 5-meter radius storm of the targeted area that deals damage. The storm also creates a frosted area that slows enemies down. Incoming damage is increased in the ice storm while they are below 50% health. Ice Storm mana cost is decreased by 80% while at full mana. Increases damage by 10% for each enemy in the ice. Okay. And this one has slightly lower cooldown. If an enemy is hit by the Mighty Spike. Okay, so if I target it pretty well, I can shave off 10%, which is 1 second. Mighty Spike damage increased by 20% when hitting an enemy below 30%, so it's a kind of a finisher. Increases damage by 10% and adds dagger to the path of spikes. Doesn't increase Mighty Spike damage. Good. Ice shards fire from the sides of the Mighty Spike to hit a wider area. Each shot has a 6-meter range and deals more damage. Good. What about this one? Increase critical damage of Ice Gauntlet abilities by 10% while stamina is full. Heavy attacks will root a target if they stand in Ice Storm or have Frostbite. Root lasts for 1 second and has a 5-second cooldown. Okay. What about that one? Blast a column of freezing winds forward that pushes back enemies and deals damage 20% with each hit. Wind Chill has a total range of 7 meters with the furthest 2 meters increased damage. Okay. So it pushes them away and then into the... without pushing enemies. Okay. Into the further regions and then dealing more damage. Players able to move during their attack. Okay, so you can go backwards and push the enemies forwards so that they end up in this high damage area. Increase duration of wind chill by 1 second. Increase damage of the last 2 meters of the wind chill again by 25%. So then we have blocking an attack with Ice Gauntlet will convert mana to stamina. Converts 3 mana to 15 stamina. That's neat. So if you really need... you can use it as a stamina tool, right? So you just click on block. It does not say that you have to block an attack. That's pretty weird. But maybe it really needs an attack. Increase movement speed by 10% in frosted area. Okay. Place a pylon that fires ice projectiles at enemies within 20 meters. Projectiles deal 50% weapon damage if they hit. Ice pylon creates a 1 meter radius frosted area around itself and lasts for 15. Oh, that's cool. It's basically like a turret. Increases damage of ice pylon against slow targets. Ice pylon regenerates to full health 5 seconds after last damage is taken. Dodging with full stamina increases the ice pylon's rate of fire for 3 seconds. What? My dodge? That's weird. So I can just place it and dodge and it just shoots faster. A successful hit from the ice pylon extends its lifetime by 1 second. Okay, maximum is 45 seconds. And how long does it stay there? 15 seconds. Interesting. Which is longer than its cooldown. So can you actually place 2 of them? I don't know. Gain 2 mana for each spell cast while in frosted area. Okay. Reduce the cooldown of all Ice Gauntlet's ability by 20% when casting an ability in frosted area. Slow enemies by 25% for 2 seconds when they hit you with a melee attack while you have 100% health. Slow reduces target's movement speed. It's kind of a retaliation thing. Casting an Ice Gauntlet ability creates an ice hardened layer granting 20% fortify. Good. And then we have the Ice Shower. Summons a shower of ice that 30% cooldown. That's interesting. Creates a frosted area approximately 1 meter by 5 meters that lasts for 4 seconds. So it's a rectangle. Enemies that enter the ice shower will be stricken with a powerful frostbite. Frostbite roots the enemy, blocks sprinting and dodging, slows the movement speed by 50% and will remain on the target for 3 seconds after exiting the ice shower. And of course, as long as they stay in it. And during shower, increases ice shower duration by 7 seconds. Any ally... for how long does it stay there? That lasts for 4 seconds. Okay, 4 to 11, so half of its cooldown then. Ish. Any ally, including self, will get a movement speed buff by 25% for 2 seconds when entering the ice shower. But what happens if you enter it multiple times? Frostbite applies rend to target, reducing their armor or defense by 10%. So, this is that. Doubles Ice Pylon's health and extends Ice Pylon's frosted radius to 5 meters. Standing in the frosted area doubles Quick Frost and Empowering Frost bonuses. Quick Frost and Empowering Frost. Quick Frost and Empowering Frost. There's this Quick Frost, and where's the Empowering Frost? Refreshing Frost, Empowering Frost. Gain 3 mana for each spellcast, and movement speed. Okay. So this is basically a better field, but doesn't really say anything about the damage, does it? Just that the area gets extended. Entomb yourself in ice to become invulnerable, also 30 seconds. Greatly increases mana regeneration. The tomb lasts for 10 seconds, but can be destroyed early. Press block to exit the tomb normally and press light attack to exit while causing a damaging knockback at the cost of 20 mana. It's a damaging knockback, but we don't know how much damage it does because there's no scaling. Increased defense by 25% after 3 seconds of breaking out of the tomb. Cleanse all debuffs when Entombed activates. Well, it's a nice one, but do I need it? Nah. This kind of ice spike stuff is kind of cool. Also, the ice storm sounds really cool. The wind chill also kind of cool. But to be honest, the ice pylon seems to be the funniest kind of thing to place. So let's use this one and see what we can do with it. So, let's see. Let's fight one of those corrupted dudes again. Ooh, what is this? Murky areas. Alright, so let's place that here. Look at this. Look at how it shoots very slowly. But it does shoot. It also works like something that taunts the enemy, does it? No. It's basically a 50% damage increase And it works for a fairly long... No! The cooldown starts once I am done... once the life is going down of this thing. That's weird. Let's place this again. Yeah. I cannot destroy it prematurely in order to get the cooldown back. That would be nice. Now it just stays there and does its thing. Alright. So I kind of know now what the abilities do. And... yeah, that's it. I want to continue with the main mission though, but for some reason I still don't think that I can survive against the enemies. That's just so weird. I would say that me doing some missions in the early settlement might be better. But yeah. Let's just go there so I can fast travel there again. Because, yeah, you have to be there first. So let's do that. Also, let's try the fast stuff on this one. What can we do? Vicious and more intelligence. Sure. How much damage does it do now? 132 damage each. And once we have another level up for this thing, we can look at all of its abilities. And it's glory! Okay. So the gauntlet is more magical and the stuff is more physical because we block while holding it horizontal. It does not have as... what would you call it? Like a... ooh, look at that. Okay. But the heavy and the light attack seem to work similar on almost all magical weapons. It's always some kind of orb or projectile that gets emitted. That was just the death scream of it, I heard. Anyway, it's just some kind of a death scream that gets... death scream. It's just some kind of projectile, there we go, that gets emitted. And in the end... ah, wait a minute. At 45 something special happens, right? Magical plants can now be tracked. Ooh. But I can't track anything in... oh, what's this? Life bloom! Oh, we can track them on the map! Look at that! How can I track things, though? Resource location. I can... How do I track, like, special plants or so? Like, this one tracks life bloom, but it does not track any hemp also. Maybe because hemp and all of the other items are so close by, it does not make that much of a difference. Also, animals are slightly reddish colored, and plants are slightly greenish colored on the icons right at the compass. Kind of interesting. Ooh, yes, a crit. Too bad you can't set the... can you? No. There's no set things on fire mechanic in this game. Would be really amazing though. Okay, now that we got ourselves a little point there, let's just look at all of that. Now, fire stuff over there. Now, what kind of abilities we got? We got the Fire Mage and the Pyromancer, both of them mean the same thing. So, Fire Mage. Invoke a burst of flames at the target area that deals 170% weapon damage. 10 seconds cooldown and 170% weapon damage. That's a lot of damage. So the fire stuff really is very potent when it comes to that. And going for like life stuff may not be the best idea. But yeah. And with the whole like attribute conversion, it's even better. Anyway, the Pillar of Flame deals 40% more damage to foes at full health, so it's a nice initiating ability. Gain 10% of your max mana per enemy hit by Pillar of Fire. Ooh. So it's supposed to be used against groups. While holding a Staff of Fire, critical strike damage is increased by 15%. What do they mean by holding it? As in having it equipped or using it against enemies, right? Because you can... well, holding it means in your hands, really, but otherwise it would mean when it is equipped. But I don't think that the game differentiates it that much. But yeah, let's see. Heavy attacks restore 5% of your max mana on hit. Ooh, that's cool. But how much does a heavy attack cost, actually? Heavy attacks reduce fire stuff's cooldown by 10% on hit. Wow. So heavy attacks are the go-to abilities for the fire mage, it seems. What's the next one? Meteor shower. Cooldown a rain of meteors for 6 seconds, and it only has an 18-second cooldown, which is pretty cool, in the target area, dealing 35% weapon damage on initial impact, and an additional 20% weapon damage per second, while targets remain in the area. So 20 times 6 makes another 180% weapon damage overall. Costs 5 mana per second, and 30 damage total at full cast. Okay. The initial hit of Meteor Shower gives you 1% of your maximum mana for each target hit. So again, a group thing. Adds grid while casting Meteor Shower, and it prevents from being staggered by incoming attacks. Oh, that's cool. So, while casting, that's nice. So you need a little bit of time for that, but you can definitely do that. That's perfect. All hits after the initial impact now deal 25% weapon damage instead of just 20. Nice. So 5% improvement-ish. Actually, it's a 20... Wait a minute. Divided by... How much is it? 5% divided by 4? Yeah, it's a 25% damage improvement in relation. Anyway, your fire stuff abilities gain an extra 10% chance to critical hit. Nice. So, this is exactly what I mean. See that? Your fire stuff abilities. Oh, not the normal attacks, but the fire stuff abilities. So, your critical strike damage increased by 15% by holding it. Okay. And this one is a 10% chance to critical hit. Heavy attacks no longer consume mana. Oh, what did I say about the heavy attacks? Huh? They're the go-to thing here. So every kind of setup has like either light attacks or heavy attacks that they focus on. Sometimes. At least it's the way with the life stuff, at least. While holding a fire staff and above 50% mana, gain 5% in power. And it increases the damage, of course. Gain 5% in power. That's so weird. Why not just get Empower and that's it? Light attacks inflict burning on foes and they deal 3% weapon damage each second for 6 seconds. Okay, so heavy attacks and light attacks are good on this one. That's neat. If you haven't taken damage in the last 3 seconds, deal 5% more damage. Ooh. That's perfect. So what about the last one though? Using fire staff abilities places a 2-meter rune on the ground that increases your damage by 25% while standing on the rune. And the rune lasts for 7 seconds. That's a very large rune though. So, shoot a heavy fireball that deals 140% weapon damage on impact and leaves behind a 3-meter burning field that lasts 6 seconds. The burning field deals 10% weapon damage each second, and this ability cannot crit, sadly. Maybe because it already does an awful lot of damage. Fireball's burning field lasts 9 seconds, so another 3 then. And direct hits with Fireball give you 10% of your max mana and reduce your fire staff ability cooldowns by 7%. That's neat. For this one, it's almost a second. And then we have like 18%. They are very, very, very slow cooldowns on this one. That's pretty sweet. What about the Pyromancer though? While holding a fire staff and below 50% max health, deal 50% increased damage. I've seen something similar like that. Wait a minute, what was that? If you haven't done... No, that's not it. Yeah, while holding a fire staff and above 50% mana, gain 5% in power. So this is Clear Mind and this is Pyromania. It's the same thing. While holding a fire staff, while holding a fire staff, while holding a fire staff. Oh, okay. So you get increased crit damage, you get Empower, and also above the mana, of course. And, oh, wait a minute. This is above 50% mana. This is below 50% max health. Oh, one of them... Oh, the restrictions. Like, if that's just weird. Okay, so you deal 50% increased damage if you are, like, close to dying. Let's call it that. So, the Flamethrower, how does that work? 8 seconds cooldown is pretty neat. Creates a 4-meter jet of flames from the staff, dealing 50% weapon damage every half second. Ooh. Each hit inflicts burning, and that deals 3% weapon damage each second for 6 seconds. But does it stack though? Each hit inflicts burning, and the burning deals 3% weapon damage each second for 6 seconds. So every half second you can inflict burning on them, dealing every half second, and each hit. That's weird. Can you stack the effect though? Anyway, increase the range of the Flamethrower by 50%, increase the base damage of the Flamethrower by 25%, and the Flamethrower has no cooldown, which makes this the go-to ability for everyone, I think. It's amazing. When you block a melee attack, restore 5% of your max mana. Burning lasts 20% longer. When you are struck, create a field of fire around you, dealing 5% weapon damage to all nearby enemies in a 4-meter radius. Activates when struck in battle and lasts for 10 seconds. That's pretty sweet. What else? The other one. Whenever burn deals damage, gain 10% fortify. Nice. And critical hits with fire stuff ability inflict burning, dealing 3% weapon damage each second. When you activate a fire stuff ability, gain 10% haste for 5 seconds. Haste increased movement speed and the cooldown is 10 seconds. Nice. But the question is, does the cooldown start at the beginning of the 5 seconds or at the end of the 5 seconds? So it's a 15% effort, 15 seconds period for all of that. So, Incinerate, how does that work? Causes a fiery explosion around yourself that deals 130% weapon damage. Pushes back all enemies 3 meters. So similar to the ice thingy, but it's more like an AoE thing. Inflicts burning on struck foes, dealing 3% weapon damage again. But that was the bonus to burning, right? What was this? Really hits with fire? No. Whenever burning deals damage? Nope. When blocking? Nope. Burning lasts, there we go. Burning lasts 20% longer. And then there was probably something else with the bird. I just can't find that again. Can I? When you are struck. No, that was not it. Anyway, each hit of Incinerate causes an additional stack of burning. Then restore 20% of Incinerate damage dealt as health. Incinerate hits twice. Whoa. That is amazing. So the initial hit or also the... it's probably the initial hit. And not the burning hit. And then we have the burnout. The dash forward up to 11 meters through targets, dealing 129% damage on hit. Passing through a target will inflict burning that deals 10% weapon damage each second for 8 seconds. So this burning is much stronger than, let's say, this burning or that burning. It's like more than 3 times as good. So, fire stuff's cooldowns are reduced by 5% for each enemy hit. And the burnout goes 50% further, meaning 16 meters-ish. So, after 4 seconds, without activating a fire ability, your mana regen is increased by 400%. Wow. So this basically makes you a burst kind of use. So you use up all of your mana, hope that the enemy dies, run away, or use something different, and then do that. Without activating a fire stuff ability, which means you can switch to another weapon, use the mana from that weapon, right? But still gain the increase in mana regeneration from the reheat. So the fire staff basically facilitates other magical weaponry, if you think about it. It's really amazing. So you use the mana, or use it once, right? Because it says after 4 seconds without activating a fire ability. The question is, do you need to activate a fire ability before that? Or is it a permanent thing that's active at all times, as long as you haven't used an ability, really? So, okay, so which one do I want to go for? Like the invoke a burst of flames, the target that deals damage is kind of cool. But the thing is, you can only use it once. You can get some mana back also, but come on, 10 seconds. The damage is amazing though. Heavy attacks restore mana, heavy attacks reduce fire stuff cooldown for 10%. 10% is really a lot. Holding fire stuff and below the no, I'm probably gonna go for the Flamethrower thing here. The problem with this is that this is not the right. Damn it. This one. There we go. Much better. Burn. Okay. Pretty cool. Oh, wait a minute. So you activate it and then you deactivate it. Very interesting. So, I'm still kind of stuck between the rock and the hard place. Let's try this one. Okay. Am I out of mana or what happened? Oh, it's on cooldown. So you can use it as long as you want. But you have to stand very, very safely. Okay, I have to say that this ability, I would say, is really good. Oh, that's so cool. So it does really stack. See that? Now it's 3 or like 2 stacks of the spell. That's really interesting. So anyway, the thing that I actually want to say about this ability is that it needs a very heavy build, because once you try to evade, the ability stops, and you don't want this ability to stop. So what you need to do is either shield yourself, which is probably not working, or just do this again. But the nice thing about this ability though, so let's just try to get as many of these stacks on this as possible. There we go. Let it burn there for a moment. That's pretty neat. And then... ah, damn it. That's something that I... okay. Got it. So we are halfway through with this thing. Pretty interesting ability, I have to say. Pretty interesting thing. So yeah, it does have this ability that it reduces its cooldown by 100%. Which means you can just activate it, do the damage, evade, and then activate it again. And this is the crucial part, because without the need to wait for the cooldown, you can use this ability the way it's, I think, supposed to be used, as a permanent kind of threat to the enemy. And it is absolutely amazing, I love that. Flamethrower abilities are always the best, no matter what. Can I like deal damage to... ooh. Alright, got another one. Ooh, avoid Gauntlet. I found myself a Void Gauntlet. Okay. So what can I throw out then? Something that is... controller split. There we go. Yeah, let's just throw out half of that, and now we are good. I think collecting all of this hemp is not really a good idea. Anyway, collect that, that's pretty much it now. Sweet. Yeah, my inventory is gonna go up and up and up and up and up. Well, the inventory not so much, but I need another bag though. How did you do the bag? You need to finish a syndicate mission. Yes, so some faction missions in general in order to get one of those runes. With these runes you can make a bag, and that bag increases your carrying capacity by I don't know how much. Maybe 100, maybe 200, who knows. I didn't really look into that though. But this is what I need to do now. Also, I want to read what's in this text. Bountiful harvest. This land is amazing. We planted our first crops only a short time ago, and they're already fully grown and producing. Corn, potatoes, carrots, squash, everything is coming in. And the fish. I was able to pull them out of the river with my bare hands, where there were so many. There will never be a reason to go hungry here. No worries about spoiled harvest, no surviving the hard months on potatoes and gruel. This truly is a paradise. I think I've read something similar before with Bountiful whatnots. Ah, damn it, that was stupid. That's the thing that I split in half there. So, by the way, how much mastery do I have for the fire stuff? Almost close to maxed. That means the next enemy will definitely do it. And I wanted to go further east, didn't I? Just so I can get to the settlement. But now I'm just going through the wilderness, which I don't know if it is a good thing or not. Oh, yeah, by the way, what about my trade skills with the... what's the thing? Harvesting, there. I could call everything harvesting, but this is the harvesting. So I can track farm plants. They look like that with some fruits on it. Then there's hemp for the items. Then there's fungi for I don't know what. Potions maybe. Then there's magical creatures. What? Oh, you can also track magical creatures. Now that is amazing. Wire fiber. Maybe the wire fiber and silver wheat. They are basically upgrades from the hemp. So level 1, level 2, level 3 basically. Yeah, and then you have like magical creatures and magical plants. But it takes a little while until I can get them to work, can I? Also, for some reason, the fungi can't be tracked at all. I don't know why. But the only good thing about it is that the collection speed increased by 100%. That means I'm twice as good at collecting that. And then I can turn it into fiber or linen, and then I can make some nice armor out of it. And then, I don't know if I definitely need to craft the iron or if I can just share it. Like, I can maximize the linen harvest, right? Make that better. And then I can basically sell all of the linen that I have in abundance to other people. So everybody can help any other person. What is this? It looks like a fire plant right there. Yep, that's it. Ah, and now I can track it when I can already see it, which is a bit weird. Was that the thing that I've seen? I don't know. Yeah, you can see it on the world map, but you can also see it on the compass. But I think the compass does not react immediately. Like, it takes a little bit of time for this thing to actually trigger. Pew! 1 XP. Alright, how much further? Forward and follow the large road. Ooh, dragons. Probably. Oh, 11. That's nice. Yeah, see that? You basically have to get hit all the time. That means you need a very, very heavy kind of build. Something to keep in mind there. Anyway, we got ourselves another point for that. Let's see how I can prove that. Increase the range of Flamethrower by 50%. Yes. You could also use Incinerate. Or what can use when you block a melee attack, restore 5% of your max mana. No. Whenever burn deals damage, gain 10% 45 for 2 seconds. Reduces incoming damage. Okay. That might be actually really, really, really useful. Oh, also the increase of damage. Like, all of this seems to work very well together with the Flamethrower ability. So, let's see. Oh, no. Come on, come on, come on. Why don't I just use the light attack sometimes? Whoa, that's cool. That Sonic Boom sounded amazing. Come on. Okay. Those creatures are definitely a pain to fight. Let's just try to get them all to one location, kind of. And hope that I can take the damage. Ooh. Okay, that one is done. Okay. Health potion, activate. Okay. Ooh, neat. So, what do we got? Nice loot that I cannot collect. Forsaken Great Axe. Wow, I'm at 200 exactly. That's nice. So you can still carry that. Jesus. Okay, did I get like... What is this? Medium chest wear. It looks amazing. It really looks cool, but I'm not... wait a minute. Huh, I'm still lightweight. That's weird. That's really weird. Like my armor basically doubled. But I could wear more. What happened? Why did the load change? I thought it was really close to it. Huh. Okay. Now we know more. Whatever. Don't want to open those boxes because then stuff's gonna go down a lot. Weeding needs to be done too. Damn it, I really look cool. This kind of mix of heavy and light kind of armor is pretty sweet. It looked like Van Helsing, to be honest. Ugh. Yep. Fire damage is amazing. Absolutely great. So what is this though? It's not marked. Front petal cap. Fronted petal cap. Weird thing. Fungal spores. Wait a minute. So if you put some items in your on your character, then you basically take them out of your inventory, meaning that you can reduce the amount in your inventory by carrying the heavier objects yourself. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a cool one. Alright, now, how far do I have to go towards the settlement? Forwards and then to the right. So, let's get another one of those. Yeah, and then to the right, so just down there, and that might be the settlement. Aha. Cooper's Ranch. Interesting area. Let's see if I can find just one or two undead close by. There we go. Another one of 8. Look at that. What's that? Invasion will occur in first light. Ooh. By whom? Oh no, it's the red stuff invasions. Okay, how far do I need to go until this thing triggers? There we go. You basically like instantly kill it if I wanted to. That's neat. So, Abaia Serpe. I once caught a fish I couldn't stand to keep. It looked at me with the eyes of a man, in the manner of the old priest I used to attend service for in the old world. He preached a real fire and brimstone kind of sermon, and this fish, I swear, had the same look in his eyes. Couldn't bear to eat it, so I threw it back. Maybe someone else will catch him someday. Does it mean that the people just reincarnate as some other versions? No. He was just kind of reminded that of the old world by this kind of fire and brimstone thingy. Damn it. Bloody chuck it. Why am I so bad at aiming? Alright, let's get the wolf. 3, 2, 1, fire! I triggered it a little bit too early, like even with the 50% increase in range. It's more a convenience thing than utility. Another great axe though. Wait, but the great axe I can at least salvage, right? I don't use that kind of stuff. Like every item that I don't use I can salvage. Like even the spears here, right? If it does not look in any way special, then salvage it. Or if I don't intend to have it as a repair option, then salvage it. Fire items I can just rebuild over and over again, so let's just salvage that. And now my inventory is pretty decent. So what is this? Turquoise Prisma Bloom. One of those color things, right? Yeah. If it starts with the name of a color at the beginning, then it's a resource of a pigment. Nice. Bloody turkey. There we go. We can see the flags, and it is of course taken over by the marauders as usual. The fact that it does on hit damage together with a damage over time thing, that is so, or like with a debuff, that's so iffy. Bam, and dead. I love that. Okay, let's ignore the squashes now. We're not here for squash. There, Windsward, finally. Yeah, as I said, I think you can fast travel from inside the settlements towards... Yeah, you can, look at that. Fast travel is now available. If I would step outside, like this, I don't think it's available anymore, is it? No, it's still available, so let's just go a little bit further out. There we go. Yeah, now it's grayed out. It says you can only fast travel while in a settlement, outpost, or spirit run. Reading helps sometimes. Reading helps sometimes. For me, it was just an awful lot of text. I did not recognize it as something that gives me information. Like, think about the stupidity of this. There was a line that you can read, but I completely ignored it. It was right on my face. Or maybe I was unable to read this because I was trying to click on it, and then this dialogue option popped up, right? So that basically was an overlay for all of the thingies here. And then fast travel to any previously visited settlement, outpost, or shrine. This is basically the same information you would be given if the fast travel is unavailable to you, but still, kind of an iffy thing. Alright, so there's a storage shed here. I can store everything in here. But for some strange reason, I don't want to. This is Windward? No, what about the... Where's first light? There we go. Storage location is in first light. I can click on... Can it really take all of that and just move it to another location? I don't think so. I can split it. No, I can't take it. I can split it though. Wait a minute. What happens if you split that? How much meat do I have? Basic food. Wait a minute. Nothing. And just split it. And just split once. And then we can move it in here. Withdrawing requires both territories to be in the... be in your faction and be currently... In your faction and be current on their upkeep. Wait a minute. So... Holy crap, that's stupid. Okay, so in order for your own faction to give you a decent amount of benefits, right? What you have to do is basically have a base in that faction, and then you can move items from one of these towns to another. Did I really just get that? Because that means that Cutlass Keys works with moving items in and out. That's not working. You can only deposit items to the storage shed at your current location. Okay. You can transfer items to and from storage sheds at your current location. Huh. But, what about other locations, though? Withdrawing requires both territories to be in your faction. And be current in their upkeep. Yeah, you can take items from factions. Does it say that they need to be in the same faction or in your faction? I think it was your faction, wasn't it? There's a slight difference in naming there. Both territory to be in your faction, yes. So that means that it is not beneficial to be in the losing faction, right? So it would be more beneficial for every player involved to just ignore the player versus player thing altogether and just go towards one faction so they can benefit from this faction's bonuses. Because this is basically what this is. You just choose one faction and no one else plays any other faction. So everybody can benefit from its bonuses. But again, this would mean that PvP is not encouraged. It is actually discouraged. Or at least in this case, you could still do PvP-ish kind of things. by defending your own faction or by improving your own faction, but you don't fight against anyone else because everyone else is also in your own faction. So there's no real PvP thing happening here at all. Very interesting. Like, you want the convenience factor of moving items from one storage to the next. That means you have to be in the same faction as the territory, and both of those territories need to be in the same faction as you as well. Therefore, there is an encouragement of all of those territories to be in the same faction. Huh. Did they really forget that little thing? Because that could be one of the main factors that just, like, over the course of, like, months, or maybe even years, depending on how quickly that works, the whole thing could just go towards a one-faction system. And no one does any PvP anymore. Or at least a two-faction system, right? But a three-faction system would not be a wise choice. Because, like, having three factions means that it is too splintered. Like, right now I can... Like, all of these territories, right? They are connected, which is actually a very good thing. That means you can move from all of those areas towards the next. This is 0 to 0. Yeah, from all of those territories into the next, and keep all of your storage items, right? So there's never a kind of dead spot in there. So for now, it looks like the Syndicate gets an awful lot of stuff, and the Covenant actually declines a lot. Like, maybe what can happen is that there's some kind of a country-ish way of splitting the area, meaning that all of this is one blob, one connected piece, so that there is no, like, nothing that's, like, singular down here. Because if you would go from this area towards the one next to it, you cannot take your items with you. But you do actually want to have that. You want one interconnected thing. So, yeah. In this case, the Syndicate could win territory down here, expand towards the Restless Shore, go down here to the whatever this water is, and then they can go for the Windwater thing, First Light, and that. Or at least they could lose this part down here completely, just forget about that, and get all of this area, a little bit of that, maybe this Everfall in here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 4 to 6 areas. It's not that big of a difference there, but still. We could do that. Huh. That's weird. Strange things. But does it actually happen? You can think of this game as some kind of... yeah. What is it? Some kind of like test... test of the crowd, or like some is it a community kind of thing? No, some kind of psychological group behavior kind of research project. And the goal is to figure out if peace is possible or not, because in order to be a peaceful, interconnected society, you actually need something that facilitates that, or that gives it reason to be. Otherwise there's always conflict. And in this case, the storage movement might be the thing, which would mean that trading is the fundamental peace factor for every society, right? Or for everything related to countries and whatnot. Very, very interesting. So... now, do I want to talk to any of those people? No. Can I quick travel to another area? Definitely. Now the thing is, if I go back to First Light, then I have to go all the way to the top again. And then from here all the way to the top even further. I could just use the inn to recover down here. But yeah. I'm just going to go down here, do the other missions around in First Light. Once I'm done with all of those, then I can go to other areas. I think I'm going to do it like that. That might be the best option. Yeah. Let's just ignore the lost cause thing and do our own causes. So, let's go to the inn recall. Oh, wait a minute. The other thing I could do is just go even further north, get towards the next settlement, at least. Then, because I have the teleporter from this, I can use it to quickly finish this mission around here. That could also be another thing that I could try to do. Or maybe... We are not going to split this episode that much. I'm gonna go just outside the city again. Towards the north. Just follow the road. Get the next quick travel area. And then I can go there with an awful lot of Azoth expenditures. Not checked in. Yeah, you are leaving without checking into the inn. I know. But do you need to check into the inn or not? I mean... check in at the inn to activate the recall point in the settlement. Oh! Wait, no, the recall point to the settlement. But I actually want to recall to another settlement, right? So... Wait a minute. Just have to test something. Where's the bloody inn now? The inn. That might... That's the town hall. The last time the inn had some kind of fox-ish kind of thing next to it. That's the same symbol. There we go. We're looking for the fox. No, not the fox. The fox is the tavern. I need the thing opposite of this. Perfect. Balsam Swen. I'm not interested in your mission. I'm interested in your inns.
You've become a real regular around here, haven't you?
Yeah, kind of. Guest registration. How does that work?
I have a question, however.
Would you like...
Do you ever venture outside the settlement?
Would you like to check in? This will allow you to recall and respawn at the settlement from anywhere in the world. This will replace your current recall point. The First Light Inn, which is very, very far away. And no, I don't want to do that. Okay. So it moves your recall points around, which is not a good thing. And let's just also ignore the piece of paper that I found there. Very interesting. Very interesting. And there's another thing to read. Look at that. So you can kind of... Wait a minute. When this is fast travel... You have to visit the settlement first. Yes. So, I have to visit it in order to fast travel there, but there's only one recall location available to everybody. Why do they want to do that? Don't get it. Alright. How much more for the level up of the fire stuff though? Okay, 1 or 2 more enemies and then that's good. So, do I just follow the road? I think so. I might... Ah, this is not quite the road. That's not quite it. But there's a landmark there. Yeah, let's get that. Let's just go through the wilderness. Cannon Tomb. Because there are an awful lot of cannonballs. I was just holding down the button in the hope of the ability to trigger. But nothing happened. Because this is not the ability to trigger. Alright. Yes, level up. Now then, let's take this one. What else? Increases the base damage of the Flamethrower by 25% and has no cooldown, is cool. Burning lasts 20% longer. Okay. Whenever burning deals damage, gain 45. That's kind of cool. I want to have the 0 cooldown thing, but for now, I don't seem to feel any negative effects of that. Okay, I'm gonna go for this thing. That's a nice passive. But also, this is just burning lasts longer. Why don't we just try the void stuff for the end of it? I mean, it... ooh, okay. So, void stuff, void gauntlet. Okay, so it has a... Oh, wait a minute. Look at that. I think I healed myself. Yes. Okay, heavy attacks heal your character with a void stuff. That's weird. So depending on what kind of attacks you do, you have even different effects. Even if you haven't placed any points in it yet. There we go. Okay, just 2 more of those. Is there? No, I just hear them all the time, but there's just, I think, one of those screechy sounds that ends up playing every time you like kill one of those. Okay, got another one. There we go. Once they disappear, there's this howling sound. Misfortune. April 19th. I write this far from the excavation, yet I am alive and must recount what happened. Rolf and I were the only ones I know who managed to escape. It was near dusk. Rolf had sought me out. One of the guides had gone missing. Not deserted, of that Rolf was certain. It was something else. His instincts proved true, for as dusk bled out, we heard a distant cry in the woods, when silence, then spotted shapes hunched moved amongst the trees. Rolf became afraid, but to the men's credit, it did not stay his actions, and he pushed me to move. Where there's one, there's at least 2 others you can't see. He hissed to me, and fighting my hesitation, I left the equipment behind. Cursed Isle. These infernal things seek to drive us from knowledge at every turn. Greenville. This kind of backhand attack is kind of cool. Ooh. Alright, got ourselves a nice one. Let's just get into an area with hopefully a bit less enemies. There we go. So, Void Gauntlet. I've looked through these abilities, but for second pack, the damage while below 50% mana. Critical chance while above 50%. Again, it's kind of similar to the fast death stuff. Like you have to go below mana and above certain amount of health, or below certain amount of health and higher than so and so much mana. It's kind of weird. Some of the Void Blade, yeah, that converts your basic attacks to melee. Tap basic attack to perform a quick slash that deals 100% weapon damage, or hold to perform a thrust attack that deals 150% weapon damage. Both attacks inflict integrate on successful hits, dealing weapon damage per second and reducing damage absorption by 5%. Sex up to 3 times, of course. Then you have the Fortify on the start of it. Critical damage on Void Blade attacks and, well, plus 10%. Successful thrust attacks heal self for 5% weapon damage per disintegrated stack on the target. Thrusts, meaning the heavy strikes. Scares exclusively with focus. There's the switch again. On successful hit, gain a stack of Void Essence. Add 6 stacks, consume all stacks, and gain an aura that heals self and friends. Yeah, definitely read through that. I just want to go through this again real quick. Cooldown reduction on all abilities on crit hit. Harvest deals, yeah, has some health drain and reduces. Drain is reduced by 50%. Yeah, but below so much mana. Hey. Harvest Essence's health drain is reduced by 50%. Oh, wait. Harvest Essence? Health drain is reduced by 50%. What is Harvest Essence? Harvest Essence health drain is reduced by 50% while below 25% mana. Eh? What is Harvest Essence? No. That's not working. Maybe it's one of the, like, light or efficient harvest. Harvest Essence. Whatever. Critical hit, gain health equal to 15% of damage done. Summon a circular void rift around your feet, dealing damage, and empowers yourself and friends. Your attacks inflict weaken to the targets inside the radius, and reducing their damage by 5% for 5 seconds per hit. And stamina per second for self and friends while inside the radius. Critical chance while all abilities are on cooldown, so you want to... all abilities are on cooldown, so if you don't have that many abilities, you can go for the highest one, so you don't have to use all of them at all times. That's actually a quite good one. So you use like the highest one. Okay, this one here, the Void Blade, and you do not use any others. Because then you can use this fairly often. Or at least it's easier to trigger. Gain power when casting abilities within 5 meters of an enemy, increasing damage by 10% for 5 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. Plus 5% cooldown reduction on all abilities when successful hitting an enemy, inflicts by 3 or more debuffs. Void infused screen that roots the enemies, root duration increases, and fortify half for each enemy. Good. What about that one? Unsuccessful ability hit, gain a stack of void essence. And you get an aura that heals yourself and friends, deals 30% weapon damage per second to enemies within. Good. And of course the healing works with focus. Then there's another stack that you can get. What does it do? It instantly resets all Void Gauntlet cooldowns and removes all stacks. Ooh, okay. At 4 or more stacks. So when do you get it? Gain a stack of Void Essence per successful ability hit. So you need to use an ability often, and then you can recast everything else. And then you also want to reduce the cooldown of it, of course. Plus 10% damage on successful ranged heavy attacks against targets more than 8 meters away, so it's a snipe thing. Mana per successful ranged light attack against targets afflicted by your Void Gauntlet debuffs. Okay, so you need debuff and then you need light attacks. Cooldowns are reduced by 10% per second while performing Harvest Essence. What is Harvest Essence? Harvest Essence health drain is reduced by 50%. What is Harvest Essence? Ooh. Okay, you can hold down the right click, which is kind of like a block thing, and you can harvest your own essence and turn it probably into mana if you need it. That might be it. And that might be a reason why Harvest Essence health drain is reduced by 50% while below 25% mana. So you can get this 25% mana quicker. Okay, now we know more. Where's the harvest thing? Cooldowns are reduced by 10% per second while performing... Wow, Harvest Essence. So, oh, this is amazing. You can just suck up your own life and then use the abilities again. I think I'm not gonna go for the Void Blade at all. But actually, Harvest Essence health drain is reduced by 50%. So what you want to do is get all the way down in your health, in your mana. Then you have this efficient harvest, trigger this easier, and then you can reduce the cooldown on the other abilities, go up to the 25% mana again, and then you can recast everything. Interesting. Okay, mana costs are reduced by 25 while above 50% mana. Okay. Healing from ranged heavy attacks is increased by an additional 30% of damage dealt if the target is below a certain amount of health. Dodging with full mana heals you for 80% weapon damage. So it's exclusively with focus. Wow. Full mana dodge, bam. Heal. So cheap. Successful ranged heavy attacks increase the duration of non-crowd controls again. I have to say that this gauntlet seems to be so overpowered. For a projectile that tethers you to an enemy, weakening it and empowering you by 4% per second. The tether ends if the target moves. Just a tether, no damage. Successful hits against the tether reduce other Void Gauntlet cooldowns. Okay. Mana regeneration while the tether is active. Regain. Again. Let's see that. Ugh. Okay, let's try to do that. Yep. It goes up in easy steps and you only have 100 mana, which is kind of weird. Or can you get more mana with that? Mana regeneration rate increases. No, this is a step thing. What does focus do again? Primary attribute for life stuff, second attribute... It's... But does it have any other effects other than, like... item scaling? Mana replenishes over time. 100... No. Nah. Not really working. Alright. So, what was the thing that I wanted to do next? I was somewhere down here. Regain 80% weapon damage as health if the tether target dies. So guys, exclusively with focus again. Mana regeneration while the tether is active. Successful hits again. Okay, so the tether is 25 seconds cooldown. So one thing triggers a heal. The other one gives you mana all the time. So it's good against the boss, usually. So, what about that one though? Fire an unblockable orb that passes through enemies, dealing 100 weapon damage and inflicts disintegrate. Dealing 5% weapon damage per second and reducing damage absorption by 5% for its strength up to 3 times. At max range, it transforms into a healing orb, returns and heals friends for 20% weapon damage per second. And it scales with focus. Gain 5% mana per enemy hit by the orb. The orb slows enemies already afflicted by debuff, reducing their movement speed. Presses the ability input, again detonates the orb with a 4-meter radius. And the orb's phase either does a damage or an AoE heal. And of course the heal scales with focus again. Successful ranged attacks. Increase the duration of non-crowd control debuffs you have applied. Per successful ability hit. How can I trigger an overload of abilities? That's weird, because I would need Petrifying Scream though. Bonus damage, that could be good, that could be good. Like Refreshing Harvest, that might be a really cool feature. Mana per successful range light attack, fire a projectile that inflicts essence rupture for... What does that one do, by the way? Okay, so either you use up all your abilities and trigger this void essence thing, and this returns all of your cooldowns back, of course. That means you do not need to use Harvest, because Harvest changes the cooldown all the time. The thing is, you have to harvest 10 seconds in order to maximize the whole thing. That's a bit weird. Fire a projectile that inflicts essence rupture for 10 seconds, healing anyone that hits the target for 20% of the damage done. Does not apply to damage over time. Players additionally receive 15% stamina when hitting the afflicted target, and friendlies within 4 meters of the afflicted target are healed. Okay, so this is just heal. You don't really care that much about it. The tether is kind of cool. Per second. The tether ends if the target moves beyond 50. Okay, so if it runs away. Not good at PvP, I think. Successful hits against a target reduce other Void Gauntlet's abilities. Yeah, but there's just the Orb of Decay, right? Unblockable orb that does damage, and so on and so forth. Plus 5% mana per successful range light attack against targets afflicted by your Void Gauntlet debuffs. But then you can do this. And then there's this AoE stuff. Like there are... I don't really know what this tree is supposed to be. I just don't. It's kind of like some kind of debuff tree. Like this one at least has an effect. Like some of these heal or deal damage, and this one just does things. Random things. And this is what makes it so weird. At max range, it transforms into a healing orb and returns. Well, yeah, that's kind of cool with the whole healing thing, but... Okay, this one roots. We can ignore that. That's the whole basic attack kind of thing. And then if you are basic attacking, you also need an AoE around you, which is also kind of cool. So there's a nice synergy in here. And there's like another AoE heal that gets triggered. But this one here just resets your cooldowns. Okay, let's just try that. See what we can do. Wait, what just happened? I think the orb just got thrown out a bit too quickly, almost. Let's try this again. 15 seconds. Okay. It is a bit too quickly, almost. Oh, no, that was Soul Harvest. It definitely doesn't do a lot of damage. Okay, 2 mana for every light attack. And I don't know, 10 or 5 or so. Yeah, 5 mana for every heavy attack. Okay, and then the healing is dependent on the focus as always. Ooh. Oh shit. Okay, the whole idea with the self-sacrifice is kind of neat, but it definitely needs an awful lot of additional stats in order to be really useful. For the most part, I'm always out of mana. It's really annoying. Yeah, I'm mostly out of mana. And this for light attacks, right? The stuff that's supposed to be used all the time. I mean, abilities, sure. Light attacks, nah. It just doesn't feel right. Alright. Anyway, I also need to survive while going there. So that means I... need my fire stuff back, I think. So I can dish out more damage. Okay. So, let's see. Map is there. Windsword got upgraded. Let's stash a few more items about. And so, yeah, just follow the road. What about this one, though? I think you cannot fast travel towards these keeps, can you? Nah, probably not. Anyway. The episode is already one of the longer ones, but it will definitely end in the settlement. And then I'm gonna do some other missions. Like the thing is, I can still try to continue with the Lost Cause, but my inventory is just so... so much. Maybe I can just try to buy a bag. Yeah, that's something that I can try. Maybe it's very cheap, so I don't need to craft it. I mean, you don't need to craft anything, right? It's all about the utility you get out of a thing and not about making the thing. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, do these standards even matter or not? What was auto run, by the way? Ah, yeah, that was auto run. What about that one? Don't know. But this one was auto run. Let's keep that. I should have done that before, like not just standing somewhere, but just be on the road. Look at the menu every now and then, and there was a strange kind of plant around that got marked on the map, but now it's gone. Weird. Ah, there it is. I see it. The good old life bloom? Life bloom. Yes. With this I'm gonna make it. Awful lot of life stuff. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful. Life bloom stem. Walking roads less traveled. Achievement unlocked. What is this? Walking, find 50 named places of interest. Decent. Oh, I could just go a little bit to the right to trigger this one here. Amberwood. Oh, that's cool. Oh, look at this. Sometimes there's a landmark there, and sometimes there's just a name right on the map itself. That's kind of weird. I mean, you have landmarks, and then you have, like, landmarks again. Shattered Obelisk, right? This is the landmark thing. So there's the Val Tempest. Oh. Okay, so the landmark itself refers to a certain object, I think. Very interesting. Are there a few enemies around, though? Just so I can do some level ups. Yeah, there's one time when I'm actually looking for enemies. What do I find? Not. Ooh. And I just hold on to it until the mana is gone and suck up the damage. Alright. Where? What does the heavy attack actually do other than being a heavy attack? Whoa. Didn't get anything from it, right? I think so. Okay, let's get out of here. The idea was not to die. Yeah, once you go into this area, oh, it looks so cool. Absolutely great. Awesome. What button is the screenshot button, by the way? Maybe it's that one. We're close to the next settlement. Perfect. Yeah, in the meantime, I can look for a screenshot button. Actions. This in-game actions, interfaces maybe? Social scoreboard, toggle, repairs, push to talk, social actions, chats, some other options. I don't know. So, and there we have Everfall City. Nice. Oh yeah, wait a minute. Where is the trading post? This is like crafting stuff. The trading post is usually where people are buying, and there we go, selling things. Let's see. I am looking for an apparel thing called bag, which there is nothing in here, of course. There's one available. Wait. Available? Why does it say none? Available orders in this category? None. Huh. That's weird. So why do we have Everfall and Monarch's Bluff first light? Location? Owned 0. Available 1. Huh. Okay. Worn Traveler Satchel. Is there a difference there? It's always 2. And there's this one here. What's the difference? Gorman's Burden. Reduces the weight of raw and cooked food. Ooh. There's some other stuff there. You can hold 61 more weight. Ooh, that's a cool one. That's neat. So there's a perks here. Ah, it also displays the kind of perk to you. Nice. What's the difference there? Encumbrance plus 151.8. 157. So the plus 50 encumbrance. Okay. So they come in different strengths, it seems. This one has one. Okay, so the price is also different. So this is like 200 for... No, 500 for 100. And then you have 100. Yeah, this is also 100. So we are going for the one that has the... It seems to be almost a 2-for-1 exchange all the time. That's iffy. So there's 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 100. So this is already too much, and this I think I can buy. Let's see, buy now. Oh, yeah, I can buy that. But wait a minute, I have like 500 coins, right? The thing is, I don't have a better one of those. Can I go... Wait a minute, I went there from this location. And the sewing thing was over here. This is for the linen. That one is tier 5, that's good. I am looking for this stuff. Okay. That one gives me 100 if I finish it. I just need a minor rune of holding. Once I have it, I have it. What about other bags? Can I look for bags? Yes, bag. Satchel. Ill. Okay, so this one needs 50 points. Also a major rune. Okay, so this is difficult to get. Great and grand rune. This is how it differentiates itself. Also, it needs different kind of leather, of course. But it's always the linen, somehow. The linen is always present. Same goes for the metal. But the leather is different, and this one is also different. So the primary material changes with the quality or the level of the item. Very interesting. So I can... Like, if I finish some of those PvP-ish missions, and I can get myself a minor rune of holding and get myself a plus 100 encumbrance bag. And how many bags do I have, by the way? This one is available at 20. I'm almost level 20. So what I can do is buy myself at least one more bag. So I can carry more. Then I can just sell it again and hope that that works. I don't know. I still kind of feel weird though. Anyway. Yeah, let's put this mission on hold and just continue with like other kind of missions. Let's go with the recall here. And then we can go back to ever something. Everlast, Everkeep, Everlight. What was its name? Everwood. In a future instance in time, but for now, let's just put all of the items back into the bloody stash. Even if the stash might be a bit overburdened right now. Because that one is filled to the brim. So as I said before, it would be better for you to just have a certain variety of items, or certain kind of items in one stash, and so on and so forth. So that one goes up here, and alchemy ingredients, yes. Let's just throw everything in there. The dyes we keep. And what else do I have? An awful lot of that just stays in the industry for a little bit too long. Something like that. Yeah, that's okay. What about the weapons though? I don't use the axe. I can just salvage it, right? But if I salvage it, then what happens? I get 2 parts to repair parts and 0.25 gold. If I do this with this thing, I get 1 part and 0.15 gold. So if I would salvage a normal item, like 2 normal items, it's better. But this one is this bind on equip? Okay, it's not equipped yet, so maybe I can get some gold out of this if I can sell it. That would be a good idea though. So let's get this one. Pirate Captain Code. Yes. Open the next one. There we go. Embossed shoes of the Battle Mage. Now that sounds good. But are those good shoes in relation to the ones I have at the moment? Okay. They are better. Not in terms of dexterity. But this one for some reason gives me strength. Okay, how often do I use strength? Does it work for the rapier? It could. I think it could. Or can it? Not quite sure. Maybe the rapier had a different kind of scaling. Yes. This thing scans with intelligence and dexterity, so it's not a strength-ish weapon. There are those iffy scalers in here. So there's actually only one other item that scales with focus, and that's the Void Gauntlet. And then I can use this, the Void Gauntlet is so strange when it comes to scaling. It's so weird. Anyway, what about this one? Pirate Captain medium thing. That one definitely goes into the stash. It's not as good, but it seems to look quite nice. Yeah, it looks quite cool, but I'm gonna keep the other one. The Van Helsing thing. So, if I would switch this, the weight wouldn't change that much. I would be a bit more intelligent, obviously. The thing is, I would lose constitution. That means my health doesn't go as high. I'm not quite sure if I should keep this one or not. The only good thing about it is it has better physical defense. Ugh. Alright, let's just store this thing and use it at a later point. When it comes to weight though, do I want to keep this one? Maybe. Same as this one. They don't take up that much weight. Do I want to use the Void Gauntlet in the future? I'm not quite sure about that. I might just salvage it. Because it kind of feels like it's a kind of a risky weapon. The damage isn't there. I could try to increase the damage with a bit more focus, but also the focus isn't there. Alright. So what else do I have? Craft mods I always have on my own. In myself. It's just the weapon. So this one can definitely be placed in there. I'm not going to keep that. The Ice Gauntlet is kind of a cool thing, and it's pretty potent. Yeah, I think that's okay. The stash is decent too.
I greet you in wisdom and mutual respect.
So, have I anything finished in here? I don't think so. Cancel. Well, there's stuff. It's so close. It's so annoying. Ugh. Alright, anything to smelt though? I can smelt iron ingots, silver ingots. I can downgrade stuff. Is there a way to... we can downgrade gold? So gold needs silver ingot and golden ore. Iron ingot and charcoal for steel. Okay, so you need the ore for the ingot that you want to make. And sometimes you need an ingot from a previous kind of metal. Interesting. Very interesting. So at least you can still keep the ingots around. So you don't have like steel. Well, steel ore doesn't exist. So you don't have like iron ore and star metal ore. Both. That's at least something. So that means I can maximize that. Craft all of those. So that I can keep them about. And I'm gonna make myself some silver. Nice. What about the charcoal thing? I'm gonna make it once I need it, so don't need so much about that. Then what about the timber? How much timber do I have? Do I know that? No, not really. Also can't make that much timber, so let's forget about that. This is just there for metal weapons and heavy shielding and so on. We don't need this. The stuff down here is more jewelry related and other resources. The tannery, yes, the coarse leather, absolutely. Do I need rawhide for anything special? Okay, let's just go for like 75, and the rest we keep for rawhide. Because I think I've seen something rawhide related. So what about the arcane thing? And iron fire stuff? Yeah, what about any air fire stuff? I'm not interested in the fire stuff. I want some life things. Wait a minute. Iron life stuff. There it is. So yeah, so this one needs timber, cores, and iron and life modes. But 25. Okay. What's my level in this one? 3. So I need to craft an awful lot of those. So how do you increase this level? I think you would increase it by not crafting weapons, but by crafting like utility things. What's that one doing? Used to make common potions. Used to make weak potions. Okay, so there's weak and common stuff. Both of them use water, but the resource here is in different varieties, so let's just make 15 of those. Okay, now then we have Life Bloom. Ah, so this is where Life Bloom comes into play. And the Soul Sprout stuff. Okay. Life mode, no. We don't use life modes in here, that's stupid. What about this one? Common Corruption Tincture. Earthspine. Ah, okay. Fully remove the corruption affliction. Aha. Interesting. Yeah, what if I just make another one of those? How much levels do I get? 2 levels. That's neat. I could salvage it, but what do I get from salvaging it? 1 to 4 iron ingots and yeah, let's just do that. I'm only wasting life modes on this one, sadly. Ah, focus on intelligence. Definitely gonna keep that one. Nice. Alright. Now I filter can craft tier 1, tier 2. Sort by no. Also don't want to sort by name, sort by level. Yeah, that might be better. The thing is, I want to know where the other life stuff thing is, but this one is tier 3. Oh, okay. Next one might be tier 3. Steel, fire stuff, tier life stuff. That's the one. Void metal. Nah. Definitely not the resource that I have a lot of. So let's forget about that. Maybe I can make some more of those iron life stuffs though, just in case. I can wait, what? Let's just craft 2. Okay. This one is not special, same as that. So let's salvage that. And this. This is cool. Ah, that's why. Don't have enough timber. What happened to all of the wood? Ah. I gave it all away for some stupid ass missions. That's why. Alright, now, still have some leather stuff, some other stuff. Inventory is of course getting packed again. So this is 205. This one is a 271. Do we have some? Yeah, that's the gear score of it. What about the damage? It also has this bonus effect on it. 8 heavy, also 8 heavy. 70 nature damage, 83 fire damage, 83 ice damage on this one, but the gear score is even higher. Interesting. Crit is 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 24, 36, and 30. Yeah, 24 and 20. And this one is 15. That's weird. So the stats on the fire staff are not as defensive as the ice gauntlets are. That's interesting. And then there's a certain mix with the life staff, so it's like an in-betweeny thing. It's more defense oriented, but it definitely does not have the crit. Yeah, this one has critical hit chance of 4 and blocking stability 15, blocking stamina damage by 26. No, huh, weird. Critical damage modifier 1.2. This one is also 1. For some reason, and this one is 1.3. So this one is strangely crit oriented. We heard. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make best use of this focus thing here. Nice. Okay, maybe I can try to make another one. Okay, I can... Yeah, only one more iron life stuff, and then that's it. Hey, gain speed on critical, gain haste. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Well, the 2 intelligence don't really matter that much, do they? Yeah, the other one is just better in terms of damage, in terms of everything. It's so stupid. Okay, what about the damage scaling though? I want to see this if I place some points in here. For some reason the... Yeah, now there's no change. So if I would level up the focus, then I would expect the life stuff to actually increase in potency. There we go. Damage 104. For some reason it says 114. Still 114. Hey. 137. Still 137. Okay, so there's the thrust damage and then there's the damage value. Both of them are somewhat different. That is just so weird. So if I would place maximum points in it. Oh wait, I can get to 50. Better mana regeneration and a little bit better fishing. Damage to light and heavy magic attacks. Well, I need at least this many points here and harvesting speed. Chance to critical hit. Skinning speed. Damage to melee weapon. Nope. Damage to melee. What is it? Yes. Melee. Stamina damage. To critical hit damage. Thrust damage. Dodges. Is it always thrust damage? This is nature damage. This one says thrust. Yeah, it's a specific kind of damage. What I'm looking for is like elemental damage. Yeah, this one. 15 to elemental. So you would benefit from this bonus perk, even on focus-oriented things like this one. To mana pool. So you can level up intellect, but you don't get points that you can really use. Like, yeah, you can maximize all of the intellect that you want. But only thing that happens is like your rapier gets better. What about if I... Oh, look at the amount of dexterity in here. So stupid. What is this? Chance to critical hit goes up, of course. So the attributes in here are only in relation to the weapon itself. So what about Constitution? 100 and... Yeah, I can get a decent amount of health here. That's neat. All health consumables 20% stronger and more logging speed. So Constitution is actually the way to go. Max health by so much. Of your physical armor, yep. Increase to armor again, damage reduction when full health. The thing is, only if you have high amounts of armor is Constitution really good. That means going for tank. Healing output goes up again. Duration on casted buffs. Mana on any self or group kill. When your mana hits 0, gain 200 mana regen. Okay, that is really cool. Yeah, let's try to maximize the focus stuff on this one. But at the same time, I don't want to spend the points. That is so weird. Anyway, let's go to the shed and put every item that I have in it. So that my inventory gets cleared out again. So, do I want this? Nope, that's just a resource. Then what else? I have a... Yeah, wait a minute, I can salvage this thing, right? But on the other hand, I want to keep it just because... Just if the other one kind of defects. Let's throw that one out. How much does it weigh? 8. That's a lot. That's a lot. But no, for variety reasons, let's keep these two around. And that should do it. Alrighty. Now then, I'm definitely going to do some of these missions in the next one. So until then, like and subscribe, of course. Oh, by the way, like and subscribe, of course. Ta-ta.